boot camp. So excited to have you guys here. Been getting a lot of feedback, good feedback from you all. Saying that it is a lot of good information, and you guys definitely need the recording. So, we're gonna have those for you. And if you're rewatching the recording now, just make sure you are taking notes. Make sure you journal. If you do not journal, then it's going in through one ear and out through the next, I promise you. And the reason for that isn't because you can't remember things, is because when trading, you get emotional. It's just natural. It happens and it's just human nature. So to protect your emotional state when trading, you need to be able to rely on things like journaling, where your brain connects those to muscle to mind memories from things that you've written, whether it be affirmations, whether it be um, just your motto, or if it's just one affirmation, like one sentence. I can also show you guys, let me actually pull that up right now. I can show you guys my daily affirmations, what helped me to become profitable inside the market and actually, take my trading career to the next to the next level. And that's going to be this trading plan checklist. I had my daily affirmations, and this is what I read every day. I should still be reading it. It's on my desk. I'm looking at it right now. So I should still be reading it, but I tend to just kind of dive in now. But this was a amazing tool for me last year when I was really going through my ups and downs with profitability, not profitable, during that stage. This is what really helped push me over the edge. This and then discovering a little secret in engulfing patterns, because you'll see that the engulfings are not listed on my trading rules or my entry checklist. But yeah, engulfing candles, they got implemented as well after I did this trading checklist. But doing this trading checklist actually helped me to solidify my strategy that I'm teaching you guys today. So grab this if you will. You should see it inside the Discord, and definitely take advantage of learning and putting pen to paper. Take advantage of it because it should change some things for you. Now, with that being said, I am going to dive into day 3. So I'm going to show you guys just a little recap of what we've been going over the past few days. And then we're going to dive into it because gold is still inside this play zone, and DJ 30 is also in a play zone. So we're just being on the cautious side. For our sessions, it's been like this pretty much every day this week so far, but I do anticipate that we're gonna see some activity between today and tonight. All right. So a brief recap of what we've been going over. I'm gonna start off with day 1. We had our technical analysis. We went over how to read candlesticks. We went over support and resistance briefly in this one. We also went over some candle patterns. So we have our hammer, our shooting star, bullish and bearish engulfing. We went over a little bit of patterns, so head and shoulders. We went over double tops and double bottoms. I briefly went over this with you guys with the different indicators that you can use, MACD, Bollinger Bands, RSI, but we know that, when you have the Koze products, you technically don't need to use any of these. They're just extra confluence. And then we went over our calm method, right? And this is every day we've been going over this calm method. You confirm your bias, you align your entry, you lock in your trade, and you manage your emotions. Now, we also went over support and resistance more in detail on day 1. So just kind of showing you clarity versus clutter in drawing out your support and resistance, understanding rejections and making sure that you are waiting for proper rejections. So that's very crucial. And then understanding how to identify at bare bones a support and at bare bones a resistance. So that is also here for you guys. And then we went over the calm method again. Now, after that, now we go into day 2. So day 2, we actually went into a trend breaking strategy, right? So you'll see on my live charts right now, I do have a trend line drawn up. And we did go over a trend breaking strategy. Now, the strategy that we went over involves the higher time frames, which I'm not doing a top-down analysis at the moment, because I already know what the top looks like. It's just bullish. But yes, we would be waiting to see if we can break a higher time frame trend, and go through the motions with dropping down to the lower time frames. So we need 3 levels. We went over how to identify that trend. We went over how to identify when the market is breaking out of that trend. And then we went over how to get our entry and our stop loss positions set inside of the trade. So we went over how to lock in. So in our trend breaking strategy was the first time that we went into or dove into the third stage of our calm method, which is lock in trade, right? So we were able to show you guys how to lock that in. And now managing emotions is the last stage of Koze calm method. Also, yesterday we did go over fair value gaps pretty extensively as well, understanding the different kinds of fair value gaps and when you should get in, understanding the difference between a fair value gap and a liquidity void, understanding order flow, and knowing how to set it up for a buy and knowing how to set it up for a sell. So we went over all of this in the boot camp so far, and that's just day 1 and day 2. A whole lot of information, right? So definitely go back, definitely study, read, and continue to learn from these modules, right? You don't want to just listen to it once. You want repetition, right? So today, what we are going over, right? Yesterday was or day before yesterday was basics training. Yesterday was risk management. Today is precision entries. Now, how are we going to go over precision entries? Where can I find that info? I will message you privately to show you how to access it, bro. I got you. So yeah, today is going to be going over precision entries. Now, the way that I'm going over precision entries with you guys is I didn't want to have this be another, let me show you guys some documentation where you can read and understand. I wanted to show you guys precision entries by actually showing you guys precision entries. So today's boot camp is going to be a 2-hour long live trading session. I am doing nothing but sieving the markets to try to find setups, and I am explaining the setups to you, why we're taking these particular setups, and how we're going to take advantage of our trades, right? So that is what day 3 is all about. We are going through making money. Let's try to do it. So this is about. That's what we've been spending the past 2 days learning, is how to make money. So now is day 3. We want to implement what we have learned over the past 2 days in this boot camp. So today is going to be less talking for me and more analyzing for me. And while I'm analyzing, if you guys have questions, if you guys want me to analyze a particular pair, let me know. Let me know. If you guys want me to go over a particular topic, that's why I went over the walkthrough of what we went over the past 2 days. So if you did miss the past 2 days, or if you were in and out and you want me to go over a particular topic a little bit more in detail, then go ahead and shoot that in the chat and I will do so. But in the meantime, what I am waiting for is gold to break out of this zone or give us an indication that it wants to actually continue bearish. And reject this resistance. But I do have an anticipation. I feel like we are going to break above. Some traders, if you guys are experienced, because I know, like, we got Alex on the call, we got some people that have a little bit more trading experience. You can get in for these breakout buys if you have some experience in the market, because I know you'll know how to manage your risk. The reason for this is because we can see we're clearly going to get 70 pips. Once we break above this, we're clearly going to get 70 pips and sweep this high. That is a easy target, right? Now, above that, we can definitely go 140 pips, maybe even 150 before getting our retracement. I don't expect this to happen until maybe 2 p.m., 3 p.m. Like, I expect this retest to happen at a weird time. I really do expect a impulsive move, probably around 9:30 to the upside, and then a little bit of consolidation and then a rejection, consolidation again, just to manipulate traders, and then playing around for a little bit before actually making a move later on. So that's what I anticipate for gold. Um, we're just gonna see how it plays out. I do believe that we're gonna leave this fair value gap though. This is more of a yeah, this is more of a well, we'll see. But I do feel like this is gonna get left. I'm pretty sure this is um more of a measured fair value gap. It's a very large one, but this is the significant one that I am looking at mainly. The fact that we rejected this fair value gap. So I don't believe that we're gonna be able to have the strength to come into this one, but let's see how we reject or break this resistance. Hey, I'll drop down to the 30-second time frame too, to show you guys. There we go. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, we're gonna drop down. We're on the 30-second time frame right now. We can clearly see that we just had a gap that got swept in a sense, but we are breaking back above. If we can get a 30-second close above and then we can get a bullish engulfing, that'll be our indication. Ideally we want to see like at least two or three, well, three or four candles close above this resistance. But this is the previous high. So if we break above it, then we are breaking highs, which means that we should break the next high. And that next high is at 70 pips. So remember I called it out from down here. I said, we more than likely are going to see it shoot up, but we're going to wait. We're going to watch this happen. We watched it happen. Now we want to see, ideally, I want to get a little bit of a retest before we break. But nonetheless, even if we do break, I'm still waiting for the retest before getting in. And then let's see what DJ is doing. Yeah, DJ 30 is also doing this stance. So we had a previous low. We swept this sell side liquidity, and after we swept the sell side liquidity, now we're shooting back up. We also created kind of like equal lows right here. Yeah, the market doesn't like this. The market never likes these equal lows, especially when the equal lows are inside of a fair value gap. But let me go back because Alex said on the 5-minute. Yeah, let's see how this 5-minute is. Because we did close above this previous resistance, but it's not significant. And we have a whole lot of gap right here. So we know that, hey, this is a perfect example of something that I can show you guys. And this is why I wanted day 3 to be a day where I'm actually just watching the charts and showing you guys what we got going on. So you guys remember from our fair value gaps and voids, right? Let's go back here. This is an example of a perfect liquidity void, right? So we see exactly how these voids happen when we have a lot of accumulation, but then the market just drops pretty quickly, leaving this void right here. This is not really a fair value. This is a fair value gap. It's a type of fair value gap. It's a more of a liquidity void type of fair value gap. And that's because there's still areas of liquidity here, right? So this gap that formed, it wasn't really formed with any kind of significance. And what do I mean by significance? You see this gap that was formed? This gap was formed with significance because why? We had a resistance and we broke above it. This gap formed with significance because we had a resistance and we broke above it. But this gap, there's no significant level. We didn't break anything. We just had a drop into a support level. So that's what makes it a void, right? It didn't do anything. It didn't move anywhere. Um, it just kind of dropped. This is also another liquidity void because we had all of this support over here, right? We had all of this support over here, and all price did was drop into the support area. And that left a void that now got filled and then we left another void off of that same move. So we rejected previously 41.34, created a liquidity void, manipulated for 2 a.m. to what now, basically 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. So manipulation was over 7 hours, right? Liquidity void, 7 hours of manipulation, filled that liquidity void just to swipe back down, create another liquidity void, and fill it again, right? So the fact that we keep filling these liquidity voids to the upside, and taking out this sell side liquidity is telling me that, hey, we're looking for the market to continue pushing up, right? So we just broke above this high now, and we can see the breakout buyers are going to start to come in, more than likely, and we're going to see that the market shoots up at least another 70 to 80 pips. But we have to close above. I always say we want to wait until we close above. Not even on the 30-second we have closed above yet. So we're just waiting for this market to close above, and then we can potentially get something here. But if we do end up projecting again, then what I'm thinking is going to happen is we're going to get another drop, like a major, major drop into this zone. And then once we tap into this zone, then we can possibly see the market collect some liquidity from 4,100 and then shoot up to 4,200. We also have a buy limit called out on Koze Cross. This buy limit does look a little bit juicy as well. I'm a little bit more cautious with it, just because whenever our stop loss on our automatic indicators, so Koze Cross, Koze 30, or the regular Koze, if we have our stop loss that is automatically placed, because this is not going to be scanning the market support and resistance levels. This is just going to have a fixed stop loss placed, and that's going to be 75 pips for Koze Cross, and also for Koze. And then Koze 30 is going to be 40 pips. But basically, whenever we see our entry level and then we see our stop loss, if our stop loss does not print below a level of liquidity, so if it doesn't print below a support if you're looking for a buy, or if it doesn't print above a resistance if you're looking for sells, then it's a little bit more of a cautious entry. Right, so just be a little bit more cautious on it. All right, we got the 930 move. We're getting those breakout buys now. That's exactly what we anticipated happening. Now we are above. So if you guys wanted to get in, I'm not getting in, but if you guys wanted to get in, this is a valid setup. We did break above structure, so we're ideally looking for the market to take out this resistance up here, this previous daily high. That previous daily high is going to be about 50 pips from this current entry that I called out. And then it's going to, more than likely, we're going to aim for about 100 to 120 pips if you're taking these breakout buys. Me personally, what I'm waiting for, what I always wait for, is our retest. So I'm waiting. It might take a few hours, might be in the next session, but that's what I'm waiting for, is to see that retest. So a liquidity void that doesn't break a significant price level could be taken as a chance for reversal the opposite direction. Yep. Yes, definitely. Oh, look at that beautiful push. Look at that beautiful push to hit that 50 pip TP. Beautiful. That's all we do, guys, is patience and waiting. But keep in mind as well, 930 has no bottom wick. We're about to TP on this trade. I don't know who did get in for the breakout buys. I know the only crazy person I got right now, maybe Alex. Kamal might have taken it too. I don't know. Kamal, you say he was holding buys till that kingdom comes, so. But nah, this is a beautiful trade. Definitely, if you got in, mitigate your trade, close out some partials, um, protect yourself, because we have no bottom wick on this 930 candle. So when it does come and create a bottom wick, it's going to be aggressive. Come on, let's get our 100 pips. Come on. Come on, come on. Come on, let the merry-go-round. So we swept this high now. Let's be very cautious if you guys are in this trade. We swept this high. We have no bottom wick. We can come down with some aggression, filling this gap, tapping back into this EMA, and then proceeding up. But make sure you protect yourself. Just put your stop loss in profit. Just put your stop loss in profit, like around entry, not like super in profit. Just around entry, and then allow this market to keep pushing. Let's see if we can get our 100 pips in 3 minutes. Come on. We got 40 seconds left to get 100 pips in 3 minutes. You bought it, Kamal? I had a feeling. It's you and Alex. I know y'all take advantage of these breakouts. Nah, that's sick, bro. That's fire. Good shit. Perfect. 100 pips caught in 3 minutes. In 3 minutes. That's all we need. Amazing. Way to go, guys. 100 pips in 3 minutes. Now that's precision entries. That is day 3 of the boot camp. Precision entries. How much more precise can you get than zero drawdown and TP 100 pips in 3 minutes? You can't get more precise than that. And live. No, this is not a recording. This is not, well, you're probably watching it as a recording if you're not live on the call right now, but you know, this is how we do it, guys. This is how we do it on a daily basis. Just waiting and watching. Waiting and watching. All right, so we're about to get a reversal, it looks like potentially, but whenever there's a lot of volume that pumped into the market and we get these kind of candles, we want to be cautious. We want to watch how this candle prints. So this candle prints with a strong bearish candle, then we may be able to step away and just watch the market until it breaks support. But if it rejects and it closes with a rejection candle at the bottom, then that's going to indicate that this market is still in bullish control, and that's going to indicate that we're going to shoot up a little bit higher, possibly getting that 150 pips, which is what we're getting right now. So that rejection tells us that, hey, this market is still in bullish control. So we're tapping into this fair value gap now. Let's see if we can collect some liquidity. More than likely, we're either tapping into this one and rejecting, or we're going to touch into our EMAs and then reject. But this trade is now done. I don't know if that needed to be more clear, but that was a on the money 100 pip TP. This trade is now over. It's over. So if we can break back above this level, let me just go ahead and do this. If we can break above this dotted line, that I'm going to make a dotted line, we can break above this, then that's when we push up higher again. That's when we go up for our next 100 pips or so. And this is just momentum trading, guys. This is all that this is. If we can break above here, then that's momentum trading with another breakout buy. All right, that's just momentum trading. We're not necessarily, we already got one trade here, so same kind of risk. We don't want to risk more than 50 pips, so half of the original trade that we got. And then we just want to watch it play out. Because with momentum, we can see this market take out this liquidity, and then we'll see a retest, which is, like I said, I'm waiting for the retest. And I want to see how deep we can get this retest, because we could come here or we could come all the way back down to our buy limit area on Koze Cross. But this false candle right here is what's making me have a bullish bias. So we want to make sure that, hey, now we have a support level. We have a rejection of a fair value gap and a support level. That is more confirmation that we can see this market push up. But we did also reject this resistance. So I'm going to keep an eye out for that as well. This is a previous resistance. Remember what a resistance is, guys. So I'm going to go back. That's the whole point of this session, is I'm going back and forth so you guys can start to put this information to practice, put it to use. So we have our support is going to be bearish, then bullish candle. Our resistance is bullish, then bearish candle, right? That's the simplest term. So what does that mean in the simplest term? That means that if I zoom in here, what do I have? A bullish candle, then a bearish candle. That is a resistance. And then what do we have here? We have this shadow of this candle. So that candle rejected a resistance. If we have a rejection of a resistance, then we could be looking for sells. But now what happens down here? We had a support form, and now we have a rejection of a support with this candle. So this is when I'm saying that, hey, I'm waiting, I'm cautious, I'm watching the market, and you guys don't understand why. This is the intricate level that I'm looking at. I'm looking at each individual support and resistance. Are we rejecting it? Are we being supported by that? Is this a significant level? Is it a minor or major level? All of these play a factor, right? So right now we have our support, we have our resistance, and we are in between. What does that mean? Consolidation is about to happen. That means that we have rejected both resistance and support. Our bias is bullish because we are in a bullish trend. So if we break to the upside, then we would ride momentum and continue buying the market higher. But if we continue lower, then we're just waiting until we can get down to a support level to see what we do at that support level. All right, guys, we are moving. We are moving with intention, but let's see if we do reject this resistance again, or if we can close above. Yeah, this is about to be the close on the 5-minute time frame, which brings us to 9:40, and we have closed above, so that is significant bullish moves. We can say have market, yeah, you can enter now if you want to. This is a valid setup. I would say just kind of keep a tighter stop loss. I rather lose a 50 pips on this one, just in case the market does drop lower, because then we can drop even lower. Like we can go even down 100 to 200 pips before continuing to price up. Because even though we did break above this previous resistance, we still rejected this one right here. So we're not breaking above this level yet. So this level of liquidity is still being respected. So when we do get like this, right, when we do end up breaking a level higher, that's why I said keep our stop loss right here. So that's about 43 pips. So we're not interested in the market getting back to the support level. We've already indicated that we wanted to reject the support level and break above the resistance. So this is our data range. So when you're taking trades, make sure you identify your data range and understand that if you do break below that data range, that doesn't necessarily mean that your bias has to shift. That just means that, hey, for this range, I was wrong, right? And that is simple because you understand that market is going to move in flows. If we reject support, we should break resistance. If we break resistance, we should continue to break resistance. If we reject resistance, we should break support. And if we break support, we should continue in that direction for sells. So with that logic and us knowing that this is a support level right here and a resistance level right here, when we rejected this and we get in for our buy, we're going to now watch and see. We do not want price to get back to the support. That is what makes our buy valid. Now, if it does get back to our support, our buys might still be valid, but not at the price that we originally got in. So we would want to wait. And does that mean that we have to get a entry lower? Not necessarily, right? We're just waiting. That's all. Because waiting could mean that, hey, we break lower and then we shoot all the way up and get a better confirmation a little bit higher, and we get an entry a little bit later than our current entry, but we didn't suffer as much drawdown. And that is what's crucial. Because you might think that you can handle the drawdown, but then psychologically, when you're actually in that drawdown, it changes your perspective, right? So that's why we don't want to be in significant drawdown if we don't have to be. Rather take that loss, wait patiently, get into another trade, and then ride that wave. But we are just in this play zone right now. This 5-minute is in an engulfing like pattern right now. It hasn't engulfed. It's just in an engulfing shadow right now. If this 5 minute does engulf, then that is very interesting because then we can see this market potentially drop lower. But I just don't anticipate that happening. I just don't anticipate that happening. Yeah, there we go. All right, perfect. So we did reject off of this EMA, which is good confirmation. So one thing that you guys want to pay attention to in yesterday's training, we did go over Koze cross, and I went over how you can use these EMAs as your trailing stop losses or indication of when to get out of your trade. So if you had taken the second trade, we are in profit now, guys. So we got about 30 pips in profit, which is a great sign, amazing sign, because we broke above this previous resistance that I was a little bit concerned about. So now that we're above this resistance, we should see this market continue bullish. And if we don't, then we'll get a reaction very quickly. So our 15-minute just had a major rejection, but I don't think that it's going to be one that's going to cause a reversal. I believe it's just kind of a fake rejection that's going to get filled. But we are slower now. We are slowing down significantly. Let's go over to DJ30 to see what kind of activity we have here. All right, so DJ30 is breaking these highs. DJ30 is breaking these highs right now. All right, DJ30 is also getting a buy call out for Koze. So if you guys want to enter into this buy for DJ30, I do say that this is valid. We should see this market hit at least TP2, 150 pips. Yeah, I'd say this buy is valid for DJ30 as well. So we have one active trade running on gold. Oh, oh, gold is nasty right now. Koze called out gold stupidly. Holy. Nah, we weren't active though. This was like right at the start of our session. I wasn't calling out a trade. I literally at the start, I told you guys that it would go up and we would just watch it. And that's exactly what we did. But we still ended up catching two amazing trades. All right, so we are up currently on the second position. We have shot up 50 pips. We had shot up 50 pips at the highest so far. We're aiming for about 75 to 100 pips on this trade. So far for the day, we are up 150 pips. Stop loss and profit in case we pull back. I look, you want to enter again in gold, but I'm not sure. No, don't enter anymore. I'm calling out entries as they present themselves, the valid ones. So we had an entry down here that hit 100 pips. We got a little pullback. We were able to get another entry right here once we broke that resistance, and now we're in profit again. So if we do get another area that looks significant, I'll call it out. But more than likely, we're gonna soon get our reversal. And we're going to get that because we have no bottom wick on the 30-minute time frame, and we are about to hit 10 o'clock when 10 o'clock usually has historically reversals come in. But beautiful trade, guys. Two beautiful trades, and we have hit 65 pips. God damn it. All right, we need 10 more pips. We need 10 more pips to hit that 75 pip mark. But a beautiful trade already. If you guys are satisfied with 50 pips, definitely take it out. All right. So let me see. Let's check on DJ30 because I know I called this one out as well. Oh my days. So this is the power of Koze Cross. I can't wait to show this one to you guys as well. Koze Cross called this buyout right here. Beautiful buy. We did end up we hit TP. Then we nicked stop loss. But one thing about Koze 30 that I kind of wanted to make sure that you guys understand, I did say it yesterday as well. The difference between Koze 30 and the other Koze strategies is that Koze 30 is not going to change your directional bias. It's not going to change your entry model if it hits stop loss. It's only going to change your entry model if the directional bias has shifted. That is the only way it changes. So if the directional bias is still bullish, even after a stop loss hits, then what that means is that you can enter again as a buy stop when the market gets back to the entry. So how that looks, let's say we took this buy right here. Let's say we took this buy and we wanted to be greedy and get TP2 and we didn't care about TP1. So we had TP2 and we had our stop loss right here. That nicked stop loss and we're like, damn, we should have taken it out at TP1. But because we nicked stop loss, the market never changed. We still had this buy entry here, which means that, hey, we can still take another entry when the market gets back above this entry level. And that's what we did. Stop loss, same place. And now we were able to capitalize off of this massive move on DJ30. So that's how Koze 30 works. You're able to get another opportunity if you hit stop loss. And the stop losses are not big, they're 40 pips. So very nice. I did call out to say that we were going to take that buy on DJ30. I'm not sure who did take it, but I'm pretty sure I called that out from here before we started making this move. Targets would be at the area of liquidity. So that's always what we do whenever trading Koze 30. We have these bars. These bars are our liquidity zones, right? So you'll see liquidity, 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 right? If you go on the 3-minute, you'll see a little bit more. Let's just wait for it to load. So you got liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. We have all of these zones. So our targets are going to be our zones of liquidity. That's where we can reverse in the market. Yeah, this is where I called it out about 10 minutes ago. So we are currently floating. If you did take that buy position on DJ30, you're floating about 70 pips. And if you took that buy position on gold, you are also floating about 65 pips right now, 55 pips. I will say now is the perfect time to place stop loss in profit. So we have a risk-free trade. We want to place stop loss right at this entry level at 41.43, right? Because if we do break below this support, we have a resistance and we did not break above it. So if we break a support after rejecting a resistance, then we could see this market reverse and continue lower. And like I said, 10 o'clock is historically bearish. So make sure that you guys are not holding unnecessary losses. This was a beautiful trade though. We got 65 pips at the high. We should reject this support level, which is why that's where our stop loss is sitting below our support level. Because if we are true bullish, we should reject the support level and continue higher. And if we are not true bullish, then we're going to break that. All right, guys, if you guys do want to TP, we're about to hit 10 o'clock. So if you guys do want to TP at this like 50 pip mark, then you can definitely TP at this 50 pip mark. That would have been 100 pips for the first trade. We might not even get back up to 50 because 50 is at that resistance. Yeah, we rejected after that 50 pip mark. So if you guys want to TP, we're about 30 pips in profit right now. So if you guys do want to TP or close out some partials, I would not blame you, because we can also just wait for this 10 o'clock candle to create the bottom wick. And after we create a bottom wick, maybe we tap back into this original price, or maybe we tap back all the way down to our Koze cross entry. I do like what we're doing right now on gold though. We have rejected this support twice. I was about to say twice, and then the market just dropped again. I'm like, what? Okay. Yeah, no, we rejected the support twice now. So this was the support here. Damn, gold be tricky sometimes. This is the support here. So it's exactly aligned with the previous resistance that broke, eh? So we had this resistance, we broke that, then we came down, hit a support level, the exact same price, 4,144, the exact same price. Then we rejected it, and then we had a higher low, right? Keep in mind, look at this, right? We're looking at structure. So structure-wise, we have a low, we have a rejection of that low, and then we have a higher low. If you get a higher low, that means the market is going higher. We're typically going to break the resistance, right? That's what that means. So we got that higher low, as well as the higher low, we got a bullish engulfing. That was perfect. Perfect indication that we're going to continue higher. We're back at that 50 pip mark, but I do believe that this TP is going to get smashed. If not TP smash, we're at least getting above this resistance, and we're going to see that 75 pips. So that's going to be 175 pips so far for the day for day 3 precision entries, the first hour. First hour of our precision entry course. Let's go. Let's run it. All righty, matey. Let's do it. We got the 75 pips. 10 o'clock is about to hit in the next 2 minutes. Definitely close out partials. But hold your trade. Hold your trade. Stop loss below this bullish engulfing on this 30-second time frame. Stop loss is at 41.44. 41.44. Keep stop loss there. Close out partials. Let the rest fly for 10 o'clock. Let's see if 10 o'clock is straight bullish. We could have just straight bullish moves for 10 o'clock. Oh my days. About to hit 200 pips on the day. About to hit 200 pips on the day. Let's go. Let's go. Beautiful. Alex, were you still holding? Come on, were you still holding? Let me know, guys. Let me know. Let me know if my people's made money. Amazing. 200 pips on the day. Beautiful trade. All right. So that is precision entries. I don't think I'm gonna get any other trades saying, "Oh, I'm tripping. I'm saying 200 pips on the day." It's not no 200 pips. It's 330 pips. We got US 32. TP smashed. What am I talking about? Or we killed it today in the market. Killed it today. Killed it. Perfect tap into that liquidity, and now watch how the liquidity gets swept and watch how we start to react. Beautiful reaction. Beautiful. 120, 130 pips on DJ30, 200 pips on gold so far. And that is me for the session. I am calling it. There's no more need for anything else. No more need for anything else. Anything else is greed at that point, right? We have 330 pips. Now we just wait. We wait until tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna end it. I'm actually gonna end it. Yo, LML, I got excited and didn't wanna get too greedy. Oh, you got out? Alex got out of his trade. Alex, it was a nice trade though. Beautiful. But yeah, I'm gonna call it for today, guys, because that's precision entries for you. I'm gonna go over, or I want you guys to go over these modules for sure. And then also we have our Koze Bootcamp day 1 that is up and loaded. So let's make sure that we are watching that and taking some notes from that, because that is exactly how we were able to get these trades, right? I've only taken these trades based off of what I taught you guys in the previous lessons. So module 1, day 1, we learned about support and resistance. We broke a resistance that gave us our indication. We learned about candlesticks. We got a candlestick formation. And now gold is just freaking flying. God damn. But yeah, we're in there like swimwear, guys. Make sure to pay attention to the different strategies and courses, and let's keep making some money. This concludes our boot camp for our first boot camp, first ever official Koze boot camp. This is day or the first of many. There's going to be many more to come. So definitely stay tuned, stay active, and let's keep making some money, guys. Ask questions, get your answers. Can't get your answers if you don't ask the questions. So make sure to continue to tap in, guys. Peace, love. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you're holding gold, hold that shit. You can't even say nothing else. Just hold it. Um, yeah, this market is flying. We might even hit TP4 on this trade. This is crazy. But appreciate you guys hopping on. Appreciate you guys hopping on throughout the whole thing. For those of you who did stay from beginning to end. Um, I will be announcing a giveaway. So for those of you who are on the call right now, I have taken or I'm taking note of this. Because one of you are going to be the lucky winners of the giveaway. So appreciate you guys hopping on. If you can, iPhone, if you can go ahead and shoot me a message. Actually, all of you, if you can go ahead and shoot me a message on Discord or Instagram. Yeah, shoot me a message on Discord or Instagram. My name on Discord is my name, and then Instagram is inside the chat as well. And yeah, I have a giveaway for one of you. All right, cool. So once you go ahead and do that, we are done for the session unless you guys have questions. But that is all. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Take care. Peace, love.